The Lord Liar Lunatic argument is a popular argument in defending the credibility of the gospel accounts, especially the credibility of how Jesus is depicted in the gospel accounts. And there are apologists who could explain it better than me. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. But it's basically Jesus was either the Lord, a liar, or a lunatic. And there are arguments as to why he couldn't have been a liar or a lunatic. Therefore, he must have been Lord. And my biggest issue with that argument, honestly, is that I don't think it needs to be either of those three options. He could have been wrong. Now, this is assuming that a historical Jesus actually existed and that there's anything true about the gospel accounts. And I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying there's debates. The problem is, he could have been wrong. There have been people throughout history in other religions and in Christianity who have thought that they are something special, something big, some kind of chosen one, some kind of messenger, some kind of God, some kind of son of God. There are people who think that they are something special, and they're not all crazy, especially when you're raised in this belief system that angels and messengers and chosen ones exist. It can be very easy to think or to want to think that you're something special, unique, that you have this relationship with a God, and that you're here for some bigger purpose. I thought that way throughout the most of my life. I thought I was some kind of messenger to go and spread God's light, love, and message throughout the world. I thought I was chosen by God. I thought I had a good relationship with him throughout my life. Thought I regularly received signs and instructions and stuff from him, guiding my path, and I prayed to him throughout the day, every day, to make sure my steps were aligning with his path. And I'm not crazy. I don't have any huge psychological schizophrenia or anything like that. But there are a lot of people where being raised in this belief system, it's very easy to think of yourself as something higher. So it's very possible that Jesus could have just thought that he was something special, especially in a very religiously charged time and place as to where he lived. It's entirely possible, especially when, like I said, such people have existed, a lot of them, and we don't take them seriously, so why does Jesus get to be taken seriously? It also kind of goes hand in hand with the why would the apostles die for a lie? These are people who gave their lives truly thinking that Jesus was something special. So surely they must have seen something compelling. Surely they had to have seen something miraculous, something that could not have just been mistaken. It could not have just been some dude preaching nice things. It had to have been something significant, right? Well, again, this is assuming historical accuracy, assuming that these people actually followed Jesus and died for Jesus. But you also have to look at things like Heaven's Gate and Jonestown and 9/11, where people have given their lives for religious beliefs or followed somebody who they thought was some kind of prophet or some kind of chosen one and were willing to die by the word of this prophet. There are people who go to war in the military in other countries who fight and die for their country. People die for all kinds of things. People are willing to give their lives for all kinds of things that they believe in. Especially when you consider there are even people alive today who go to faith healing churches where they truly think that what's happening on stage is a pastor healing someone from an ailment or for some disability or something or whatever, even though a lot of these have been proven and exposed to be scams. There's still people who genuinely believe this stuff. So you have, and this isn't to say anything mean about the people of the time and place, but you have a religiously charged, scientifically ignorant area, and all areas were scientifically ignorant at this point. It's not unique to them. But it's easy. I mean, look at the Salem witch trials. It's easy to think that something big is happening and to get mixed up in some kind of hysteria or some kind of big idea that something's happening when it's not. It's easy to make mistakes. Humans are not perfect. I think a lot of Christians would agree with that. And there's just a lot that could have gone wrong, could have been mistaken. Other explanations other than he must have been either God or he must have been a liar or crazy. He could have just, like I said, been a dude who existed in a time and place that was religiously charged who thought that he was something special. That's nothing unique. It's nothing that hasn't happened. It's nothing that won't happen in the future, I'm sure. So it really just doesn't stand up as a good argument. That's probably my best defense against the Lord, liar, lunatic argument and the apostles willing to die for a lie argument.